Hello, my friends. I am Mané Garrincha, or simply Garrincha, the little bird from Pau Grande. Come sit with me. Let me tell you my story the way I lived it, full of laughter, tears, crooked legs, and a heart that never stopped dancing. Because even though doctors said I was broken from the start, life gave me a ball and I made magic with it. I was born on October 28, 1933, in a tiny wooden house in Pau Grande, a poor factory town near Rio de Janeiro. My parents, Amaro and Maria Carolina, already had a house full of children. I was one of 15. The midwife took one look at me and shook her head. My right leg was 6 centimeters shorter than the left. My left leg curved outward, the right inward. My spine was bent like an old river. A doctor examined me and told my family I was crippled. He will never walk properly, he said. Never run. Never play football. My mother cried. My father, who already drank too much cachaca every night, just stared at the floor. But kids don't listen to doctors. I learned to walk anyway, crooked, wobbly, but fast. My big sister Rosa looked at my funny little steps and laughed. You're as small as a Garrincha, that little brown bird that sings in the trees. From that day on, everyone called me Garrincha. Mané Garrincha. I was tiny, barefoot, always smiling, always moving. My childhood was wild and simple. We had almost nothing. The factory smoke hung over the town like a gray blanket. My father worked long hours and came home smelling of drink. I spent my days in the woods and rivers around Pau Grande. I swam in the cool water, climbed trees, hunted little birds with a slingshot. Yes, I even caught the birds that shared my name. Life has funny ironies. And played football with balls made from socks stuffed with newspaper or rags. No shoes, no proper pitch, just red dirt and pure joy. I barely went to school. By 12 I had left completely. At 14 I started working in the textile factory like my father, carrying heavy loads on my uneven shoulders. It was hard, but every spare minute I had a ball at my feet. The factory team let me play, and that's where people first saw something special in me. Wikipedia, my legs were different, and that became my secret weapon. Because they were twisted, I could stop, start, twist, and change direction in ways straight-legged players couldn't imagine. Defenders would dive at shadows while I danced past them with a smile. People called it ginga, the Brazilian swing. I just called it fun. I played for the factory side, for local teams like Cruzeiro do Sul and Pau Grande, and I was happy. I got married very young to Nair Marcus. We had our first daughter early. Life felt complete, work, family, football on the dirt. One day a scout from Botafogo came to watch the factory team. I was already in my late teens. They invited me for a trial. The club doctor looked at my legs and laughed out loud. This boy can't play professional football. But I begged them. They let me on the pitch. In the first training session I faced the great Nilton Santos, a Brazil international, and I dribbled rings around him. He couldn't believe it. They signed me in 1953. My life changed forever. On my first team debut against Bonsucesso I scored a hat-trick in the pouring rain. The crowd went crazy. From that moment I was Botafogo's man. Goal. I spent 12 magical years at Botafogo. We won 3 Campeonato Carioca titles, and I played over 500 games, scoring more than 200 goals. The fans loved me because I played with pure joy. No tactics, no calculations, just dancing with the ball. I became Alegria do Povo, even before the World Cups. In 1958 we went to Sweden for the World Cup. Pelé was there, young and brilliant. I played, I helped, we won the cup. But I was still in the shadows a little. Then came 1962 in Chile. Pelé got injured early. Suddenly the whole country looked at me. In the quarterfinal against England I scored 2 goals and set up another. In the semifinal against Chile I scored 2 more in a wild 4-2 win. We lifted the World Cup again. I was named the best player of the tournament. Me, the boy doctors said would never walk. I cried that night, not for the medal, but because I had proved every doubt wrong. The little bird had flown highest of all. Medium off the field, life was never simple. I loved women and they loved me. I ended up with many children, 14 that I know of, from different relationships. My first marriage to Nair gave me 8 daughters. Then I met the great samba singer Elza Soares. Our love was passionate, stormy, beautiful and painful. We lived together for many years, had a son together. Fame brought money, cars, parties. But I drank like my father, too much, too often. I crashed cars. I hurt people I loved. I ran over my own father once while drunk. I lost Elsa's mother in another accident. The guilt was heavy. My knees started to fail. The drinking got worse. I played a few more years, Corinthians, Flamengo, even in Colombia, but the magic faded. Injuries and alcohol took their toll. When I look back now, I see a barefoot boy in Pau Grande chasing a softball under the trees. I see stadiums full of cheering fans. 2 World Cup medals, friends, laughter, love, mistakes, and a heart that was always too big. The people never stopped loving me. In Pau Grande, they still tell stories about the little bird who flew higher than anyone dreamed. If you are young and have dreams, listen to me. Your body may have limits, but your spirit has none. Dance anyway. Smile anyway. Love the ball, love life, even when it hurts. I lived fast, loved hard, gave everything on the field, and left my joy for the world. Thank you for remembering me. The little bird is still flying in your hearts. Keep the ginga alive.